The Beer Brothers is a comedy podcast where two dumb babies related by blood grew up and now review beers for you, the people. You can drink along if you'd like, but maybe don't do it in your car on the way to work. Drink responsibly. At home. In the dark.
Hey, also, have you edited out my number one podcast?
No,
I didn't hear it in the last intro.
I don't think you said it.
Oh, maybe I didn't. Welcome back to Nashville's number one beer podcast. This is the Beer Brothers. Today we're going to be talking about some time travelers, delicious Thanksgiving foods.
We talked about time travelers not long ago.
We did, but we're going to talk about a new conspiracy
different time
about
travelers.
A current person who there's a. Anyway, we'll get into it.
Okay. Thanksgiving food, sorry.
You're screwing up my intro here. Anyway, Thanksgiving food, and then the secrets our parents have. Okay?
Oh, no.
That's what we're getting into on this episode of the Beer Brothers. I'm Cody.
I'm Micah.
Let's get weird. And like I said, I have no funny intros today. I
Okay.
just don't. I'm out of them. I was on vacation. It was a good time. I drink a lot.
Did you see anything funny at Disney?
Not really. Actually, okay, so we went without our kids,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a moment where we just felt like we needed to say parental things to each other because we hadn't had to say that. Like, you're going to enjoy this time and like it. I paid $7,000 for you to be here, or something like that. Like, we just went back and forth in line. We were waiting in line. It's like 70-minute wait or something. And you hear all these other parents, like, kids are like crying and screaming.
And you're just kind of like to yourselves, like, shut the fuck up.
He's like, if I have to tell you, get off that rock one more time, I'm never bringing you back. Never bringing you back here.
Pretend parenting other people's kids because you weren't there to parent your kids.
Right. Yeah, exactly. No, we weren't even doing that. We were just imagining the things that we would usually have to be saying.
Gotcha.
And that we didn't have to say, and it was kind of nice not to have to say them.
Yeah.
But
you need to stay fresh. You got to stay in the routine.
Yeah, we didn't want to lose that edge.
You got to keep the edge. So you got to,
on the kids. I'm trying to think of some of the ones I know. Like, is this not good enough? Is this not enough? You not having a good time?
Dad, I'm bored. We're at fucking Disney World.
You should be having the best time. The best.
This place is magic.
What's great is, like, near the end of the day at Disney, especially when you don't have children, is you start to see the kids that have they're done. Like, they've had their time. Yeah. They're over it. We came out of a gift shop and there was this one girl who was just like slumped over in a corner, just like sleeping with her hands in her face. Like, she done. She had enough. It's time to go.
It'd be funny to kind of rub it in every parent's face. You just walk out of each location laughing and giggling. Our lives are fantastic. No children.
Well, I think there was some jealous parents because our shirts were like, I showed you my shirt.
Yeah.
So here for the beer because the kids aren't here.
Yeah.
Right. And so we had those on of like, hey, we are parents, but we're here alone. We're just here to have a great time. And we did. So we had a lot of fun. It was good stuff. So. Okay, our first beer of the day is brought to you by Crosstown Brewing Company out of Memphis, Tennessee. We are sampling their Siren Blonde ale, and this is what their website says about it. Finding the right beer for any occasion can be a tough task. Drinking a beer that takes the edge off a sweltering summer day and washes down the best barbecue in the universe is a singularly Memphis experience. Siren can do all that and more with a moderate malt character and subtle floral notes. This is a beer you can enjoy anywhere, anytime. Whether you're packing a cooler to take to the Levitt Shell or you're just enjoying a night out with your friends, Siren Blonde is always a welcome addition to the party. There you go.
Nice.
Nice. It is. It's a great blonde ale. It's very crisp, very clean, clear, smooth finish. I would love to try this with some freaking Rendezvous barbecue. That would go great. But this might also pair well with some nice sweet potatoes and turkey and stuffing and all.
You're just trying to force it to fit with.
Let's just fit with Thanksgiving because that's when this is coming out. But this would work great. It is a every meal kind of beer. Like, it's not one that's, I would say, for any People that don't like super wild flavors or things that are kind of off the cuff, this is a great standalone beer. It didn't really foam up that well from the pour, but that's okay. It didn't change. I mean, it foamed okay, but it didn't stay long. It was just like,
Yeah, my pour stayed a little bit longer, I think, because I was trying to force it to foam. Like, I needed it to foam for the picture. So I think you just need a heavy pour if you want that foam to stick and get all those aromas out. I like it. It's just a classic blonde ale. It's not bad.
biscuity,
malty.
malty,
Biscuity, malty, blondie.
delicious.
No, it's really good. It's kind of a classic. You can't go wrong with it. We haven't talked about conversion beers in a while. This is a type of conversion beer.
Yeah.
It's local. It's from Memphis.
Not a conversion from, say, your like people that love fruity drinks.
Yeah.
But this is like hey, I drink, economy beer type stuff, and I'm afraid of craft beer, or I think craft beer's for sissies or something, whatever.
Some weird
Whatever stigma you put on them. This is a great one that you'd be like, you know what? I could drink a lot of these.
It's a solid attempt. I don't think he's trying to break the mold. I think it's just like, we're just doing a classic blonde.
Play the game.
Yeah, we're just doing a classic blonde here, and that's what they do. They hit home with that, and I like it.
I
like it. If it was at a bar and this was like blonde ale on tap, I love some blonde ale on tap, so I would go for it.
There it is. All right, so I want to tell you about this new conspiracy theory. We have a time traveler in our presence on Twitter.
Is it Matt Groening?
No, it's not, but I've heard about that one.
Yeah.
That thing is
weird
crazy.
shit about that guy.
I think his whole thing is like he's just been around long enough that it's like you could just say the craziest shit and you've been
And it
around.
will eventually come true.
Eventually it's going to work.
You put something weird on The Simpsons and it will eventually happen in real life.
Right. No, so Greta Thunberg, I think that's her name. She's like the teen conservationist from oh gosh, I'm gonna get slaughtered here.
I mean, I can
can't
just
remember.
pull it up real fast.
Yeah, I think it's Norway or Sweden, or maybe Iceland. I don't know. It's one of the Nordic countries. And there was a photo that someone posted on Twitter from 1898.
19th century doppelganger.
Yes, and it looks just like her. And so there's a whole theory that she's come to our time to warn us of the future, which I'm like, I don't really get, because if you could time travel, wouldn't you want to go to the place that's like, maybe this is the start? Maybe she's seen the future. She's been to it.
Yeah.
Now she's coming back to the middle to tell us to recycle. Or
I mean,
something.
she's Swedish.
Swedish. Okay,
Yes.
that's wrong. My bad.
She could be a doppelganger, but the picture of the girl is from Canada.
It doesn't matter. You could live anywhere as a time traveler.
I know, but would she speak? Well, I guess she could learn how to speak.
She could just do whatever.
Would she have
wants.
a Swedish accent? I don't know. Maybe she's trying to cover it up.
So the question for you is, okay, if you could time travel to solve a problem, what would you time travel to go do?
A lot of people say kill Hitler, but I think if you got Hitler into art school, you would avoid a lot of things.
He would have a
Just
he would have a
if you
vehicle.
he would have a vehicle for his anti-Semitism that was not murder and genocide, and a lot of other things probably would not come to fruition.
Yeah.
So that's maybe one. I would get Hitler into art school. I would help him with his cover letter to get him into art school, and I'd be like, hey, free speech and all, but you gotta keep it down a notch if you want to get into art school, baby.
Some empathy.
Yeah.
Let's look at it from there.
Maybe also take that little stash off. Let's just do that too. Get that out of there, and then we're good to go. But that's maybe one. Sometimes I would time travel to fix my own life.
Fix my own problems.
The one everyone thinks about is like, I would time travel for the lottery. But then if you time travel, is there a butterfly effect, and does the lottery numbers change? Is there a ripple? You know what I mean? Like, was it even worth it?
What, you get
I
stuck
don't know.
in 1998 and you're just like,
Yeah. Do you
got to relive all this again?
do you try, like, I'm going to place bets on that Patriots Atlanta Falcons game, where the Patriots came back down 28-3 in the third quarter, and does that change? Does Squirrel run on the field like in Hot Tub Time Machine and just screw it all up? I don't know.
No telling. I think Mine would be that I would travel to when Marilyn Manson was a young man,
Oh no.
a young boy, and I'd
Mhm.
befriend him, and we'd be friends, and maybe I'd get him into church, or no, that probably wouldn't work.
No.
I think he hates church.
Well, I heard a story that he hated church because he was different and they didn't like him there.
I would just go be his friend. I think. I don't know. Just go. I'm gonna give you a hug, couple of hugs.
He's okay.
It's okay, buddy.
He's okay.
You're a good guy. You don't gotta
remove your ribs.
You don't gotta do that whole sucking on yourself thing.
That bit's old. No one likes it.
That was
It's not
really
good.
weird when that kind of came to fruition. You know, like
I mean, we don't know if it's real, but
you kind of look like a fleshy Star Wars character just rolling around in your basement. You know?
you look like Voldemort came back halfway.
Yeah. Actually, that's another thing you do is like go try and talk to J.K. Rowling in the middle of her writing Harry Potter.
Yeah.
How could we change the story? What could be different about that story? I don't know if much could be different, but I would
I
just
like
want to go
it.
talk to her. Like, what are you
It's
doing?
kind of perfect.
Yeah, it is
I
perfect.
love it.
Like you got a boy?
Or you just
He's
like
a wizard?
purposely fuck it up. It's never the phenomenon it could be.
Right. Right.
JK, you could throw some new creatures in there called Gerbills, Gerbilas, and
Gerbils? Are they spelled like gerbils?
it's spelled like gerbils, but it's pronounced Gerbilas. And you, Harry gets into some weird kink stuff with them and shit. And
Like,
yeah,
have you ever
kids
thought
love
of
it.
turning this into an erotica?
Yeah, and it's kind of like, like kids discovering themselves in puberty and shit. Like
Yeah.
get real weird with it.
Yeah, and it'll be totally acceptable, and it might help some kids. It might help them learn.
Yeah,
about
some kids are
themselves.
just question. They just got questions.
Just got
And
questions.
guess who has answers? Gerbilas.
Gerbilas are the answer for everything. I'm trying to think if there's any other situation that I would want to.
There's a lot of funny stuff you could, if you were good at time traveling, you could just play a lot of pranks,
Yeah.
like a shit ton of pranks.
Oh, imagine you pulled a prank on yourself. You're like, this is gonna be funny as shit, and you like,
Yeah.
I don't know. You first moved into this place,
Uh huh.
and you're like, I remember the first day I moved in, and you go back to that time, and you just like, I don't know, you leave like a weird a frienda of yourself in the corner.
Oh God.
So like when you come into the house, there's just all these pictures of you already
Yeah.
in a corner,
Exactly.
stashed up with
Mhm.
candles and whatnot.
That'd be
You're
good.
like, I would be scared. I don't know.
I'd be fucking terrified.
You'd be calling your landlord like, are you obsessed with me?
Hey, what is this? Free rent forever. All right, we got our next beer. It's from Bell's Brewing out of Kalamazoo, Michigan, which we have not had Bell's on here before. And I was a little surprised by that because I actually like Bell's a lot. I've had a lot of their stuff. Anyways, today we have their Sparkleberry, which is an American interpretation of a Belgian triple brewed with raspberries. It's slightly tart, dry, and spicy. It was originally brewed for release at Kalamazoo Pride in 2013, the same year it won a bronze medal at the Great American Beer Festival. It has returned every year since drawing incredible praise at other Pride events, beer festivals, and at our pub. Sparkleberry is a celebration of diversity and first debuted its can for wider distribution in June 2018, Sparkle On, and this is a 9%.
Big boy.
Yes, a big boy. It has they left a shelf life on here of 6 months. They do have an IBU list. They just don't normally do that, but this one has a 37.5 on IBU. And they have food pairings. The savory pairings are salmon, brie, walnuts, and roasted beets. Sweet pairings are fruit and yogurt parfait, strawberries, cherries, angel food cake, and 80% dark chocolate. Can definitely see that.
Oh, I was going to say chocolate with this.
And the eccentric way, Alu Gobi. I have no idea what that is.
I love aloo gobi.
I'm not looking it up either.
I'm not going to look it up.
I'm just going to be oblivious.
First thoughts on this is the smell. Like when I smell it, it does smell like it just smells like raspberry. It smells like almost like a raspberry sauce or something that you get on a cheesecake. You know what I mean?
Like a reduction.
A coulis, as they would say. Raspberry coulis.
Yeah.
Anyway, flavor wise, let me try this again.
I've heard, like the front end is a little
Yeah, it's a little rough. It's a little Belgium-y. A little Tripoli.
It's the triple. It's the 9% hitting you on the front end. Like it tastes.
It's boozy on the front.
Yeah, it's alcohol on the front.
Alcohol.
But the back end taste is quite delightful.
Yeah. Back end is definitely more of the raspberry.
Yeah. It's a little dry.
It kind of, I know Pop-Tarts don't make a raspberry, but if they did,
I think they do actually now.
oh, well, that would be great. Like, imagine a raspberry Pop-Tart with no icing. And maybe that's not a selling point for you, but I love that kind of, like, if I'm getting a
Simple,
Pop-Tart,
yeah.
that's what I want. It's like, you know, it does taste like toast or biscuit, and then it's got this real tart raspberry showing up. So,
Like just like a raspberry strudel.
yeah, raspberry strudel.
There
That's
you
a
go.
good one. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I really. It's a little. I'm not gonna lie. It is a little rough on the front end. Okay, we
Maybe
both.
better once it warms up. With 9%,
It might.
it could mellow out.
We
some.
might kick in the middle of whatever our next thing is and be like, okay, here's where we're at with this now. That might be a good idea. As of right now, the front end is a little heavy. It's very boozy. It kind of hits you hard, and then once that goes away, that aftertaste is a lot of very nice raspberry. So it's a pretty good beer. But we'll see how we feel by the time we're done with it.
Yes. All right. My favorite thing to do after Thanksgiving is
Take a big old post Thanksgiving shit.
No, I was just gonna say rub turkey all over my body. No,
And take a
and
Thanksgiving
take a big
shit.
shit. Smell like turkey, just covered in it,
Yeah.
pieces, completely naked.
This is my ritual.
Don't judge me. I love traditions. Django did not like that.
You go,
He didn't like it at all. No, my favorite thing to do is to take some of the leftovers and make that delicious like sandwich. You know what I mean?
oh, yeah.
It's like
Of course.
stuffing or whatever you have.
Yeah, everybody's got that
dressing
crazy
here.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, turkey, cranberry sauce on like a Sister Schubert roll. Like,
Ooh.
you know, like that is a money sandwich. Now, I want to ask you, there's one thing that's up for debate when it comes to Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
And I know what your view is, but I'm going to give you the northern view, at least from people I've befriended in the Bostonian area.
You don't have
Is
any
that
friends.
mac and cheese? I don't really, but mac and cheese is not a Thanksgiving item.
Fuck off. Mac and cheese is 100%
They
a
think
Thanksgiving item.
It's like it's like a fucking side dish you have on.
Because they don't understand how real mac and cheese is made. It's just like mac and cheese is one of those sort of Southern culture things that we have perfected. Okay.
I would agree with you.
Yes.
Yes.
I've had some like whatever mac and cheese from places up north. I don't think they do as much. Down south, we like it sort of how Wisconsin does their mac and cheese. Like those like North Midwestern states that really go hard on the cheese and butter.
Yeah.
That's us.
That's the way to go, though.
Very similar places. It is the way to go. Butter and cheese and seasonings and
Yeah.
ooh, it's
All of it.
delicious.
So
It's definitely a Thanksgiving item for me.
okay, I'm just gonna play devil's advocate because I agree with you. I think mac and cheese belongs, but not like a Kraft, not like a fucking blue box.
No, it's got to be. We got a high end mac.
Yeah, like you got the noodles, you made a bechamel sauce, you did the whole thing to make mac and cheese. I agree with you, but there is, there's a little weight behind the fact that it's, I mean, technically just kind of like a dish you can have all year.
It is, but for me, I need mac and cheese at Thanksgiving. It's one of those things like I could eat turkey all year. I do. I eat it on sandwiches. I don't have like Thanksgiving turkey
Not carved
necessarily.
turkey.
No, but I mean, you can buy carved turkey like year round if you really wanted to. I'm just saying, mashed potatoes. Like people eat that all the fucking time, but they have it at Thanksgiving. There are a few like dinner rolls. People are like gotta have those at Thanksgiving. You can eat those anytime.
Yeah, they're not special.
So there's no argument here. We can have the mac and cheese year round and make it a staple of the Thanksgiving table.
Okay. Next question is, what side items would make a great sandwich that have not already been used? Like this. So you can't make this sandwich. I'm telling you, you got to make a sandwich out of what's left of side items at Thanksgiving. You cannot use turkey. You
Okay.
cannot use cranberry sauce. You cannot use dressing.
You see, there's stuffing, depending on
Or
where
stuffing,
you're from.
whatever you're from. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wherever your lifestyle is.
Yeah, whatever your thing is. Okay.
Tofurkey.
from what I'm understanding, what is left?
Yes. What is left is like
green
sweet
beans.
potato casserole.
Yeah, sweet potato.
Green bean casserole.
Yeah,
Okay.
or just green bean casserole for sure.
Giblets.
God, gravy. You could,
Or
some people
giblets
do
and gravy.
Yeah.
Some people just have giblets
Yeah.
and giblets and gravy, whatever. If you're not familiar with what giblets are, it's basically the fucking neck that's been cut up.
It's the part that nobody wants, but they find a way to use it.
Yeah, they find a way to eat it. Our uncles used to love eating that shit. Anyway,
They're fucking weird.
no, they're just southern. They just eat, man.
They
just
can
eat.
still be weird. That's weird.
Oh, I don't like it. I'm gonna.
No.
I don't want to eat the neck. Don't give me the neck. Anyway,
giblets.
save me them giblets, nah. Anyway, okay. Giblets and gravy.
Yeah.
Then you have what other sides? Like what other sides are there? They're like our normal.
I don't know. That's a good question.
For us, deviled eggs are a side.
Yeah, a lot of people do deviled eggs. I actually saw that at work. Somebody was like asking about deviled egg recipes. So
It's that. What is that stuff called? It's the Jello that's got the like.
it's the
Whipped
mold.
cream.
It's like
Yeah, but it's got all kinds of stuff.
oh,
You
it's
know
like
what
a
I'm talking about?
Jello salad.
Yeah, it's a Jello
It's a-
salad. That stuff
ugh.
is good though.
It can be.
It can be.
Depends on how you make it.
It's got pineapples and like.
Okay, it's
cherries
basically a
and-
fruit Jello salad. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what it is.
Fruit Jello
okay, that
salad.
makes sense.
So that's in there. Fruit Jello salad. You can use that.
Man, this could get nasty.
Yeah, I'm like the typical Thanksgiving after Thanksgiving sandwich is perfect. Like
Yeah,
I
it's
love
great.
it. I was
It's
trying
so
to tell my kids about it. They're like, "Ew, that's gross." I was like, "No, you don't get it. This is mashed potatoes, like
Yeah,
regular mashed
yeah,
potatoes."
yeah. Okay, so if I was gonna make,
And
See-
you can use the roll.
yeah.
I'm not gonna deny.
So
the roll.
we got to get some substance and like protein in this bad boy because it needs something hearty in there to hold it all together.
So deviled egg. Okay, we're going deviled egg. Yeah.
Okay, that's not where I was going, but fine. Okay, you take a deviled egg, you just mash that up. You just
Make
mash
a
it
paste.
up. Just mash it up in your mouth and just spit it into the roll.
Mama bird it.
Yeah. Just Mama Bird that right into that Sissy Schubert roll. You know, just you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then then you get some green bean casserole. Boop, just boop that right on there.
There
And
you go.
then mashed potatoes. It's gonna be a very soft sandwich. Hopefully there's like some pecans or something in your green bean casserole. Some people get with that. You know, maybe there's a
Yeah.
little crunchy here. Is it grandma's tooth? I don't know.
Who knows? She's got some teeth problems.
Yeah, they're all
Teeth
falling out.
problems.
She
I'm trying
needs
to think.
dentures, but they're expensive.
Any other side? We have. I don't know if it'll be here, but you know, John made that whole like hot chicken.
He does that
thing.
for. Does he do that for Thanksgiving or Christmas? I thought he did.
He
it
does
for,
something for either, but
he did the deviled eggs.
but
thing.
the
We talked about
Southwest,
that.
like it's like a. I don't even know what it's called. It's like a chicken tortilla casserole.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And we've always had it at family gatherings for whatever reason. It seems very out of place.
Mm.
Like this is not an item. Oh, mac and cheese is definitely in the mix.
Yeah.
I forgot to say that.
Oh yeah, you gotta throw some mac and cheese in it. All the soft stuff. Just put it in the sandwich. And it's gonna be like a big gooey mess.
I don't think I could eat it.
Dude, I would puke. I would gag like fucking hard. I would gag.
You bet. Okay, so I think deviled eggs. Okay.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm thinking: roll, deviled eggs.
Some people do like corn stuff. Lauren's family does a cornbread casserole. It's really good. It's actually, it's almost like
Okay.
a weird combination
Yeah.
between
Yeah, cornbread
stuffing.
pudding or
Yeah,
corn
cornbread
pudding.
pudding. Yeah, that's
that
pretty
stuff's
good.
pretty good.
That's
Okay.
pretty good.
All right. So here's what I'm thinking. All right, roll,
Okay.
layer of sweet potato casserole. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Deviled eggs,
Okay.
and then I'm only going to use part of it. I'm not going to use the whole thing. I'm going to use the onions and gravy from the green bean casserole as the topping.
Okay.
Oh, I've got sweet, salty, bitter. I'm trying to think of like, would the Jello salad be good on it? I don't know. I could get behind the sweet potatoes, the eggs, the onions,
Yeah.
like the fried onions or whatever that are on top
This
of the
is my
casserole.
Thanksgiving Monte Cristo.
Yeah.
And your Jello is your jam that you
Is the
dip.
jam. Okay, so yeah, I might what is that stuff called? It's like I forget what it's called. Anyway, the Jello salad
Yeah.
Maybe just a spread of that on top as like the thing. That's my non-traditional Thanksgiving Day.
It wouldn't be
after.
good.
You don't think?
I
so?
don't know. I don't think most of these combos would be good.
Here's what we're gonna do on Thanksgiving Day. Okay. We are going to recreate the sandwich. All right.
We're gonna create.
We can just save some of the items.
Okay.
And we'll recreate the sandwich.
Sure. I always take a plate home, so I'll be sure to get all of the weird sides that we don't normally use.
Right.
As much.
Would mac and cheese be good on it?
Maybe.
No, I don't think so. Not in that
Cheese
combo.
is good on sandwiches.
I think if you did sweet potatoes, eggs, the onions from the green bean casserole, and then a layer of mac and cheese, that could be really good.
Okay. Oh, and you got to just drizzle gravy all over it.
Just a little, a little bit of gravy.
Drizzle the gravy all over it.
I think the hardest part would be the egg. I think that's what's throwing it off the most.
I couldn't do it, man. Okay.
You're gonna do it.
All right, we'll do that. We'll recreate it. All right, let's see real quick though. Let's into this Thanksgiving food talk because, I mean, I'm really excited for Thanksgiving. I fucking love
I'm getting real
Thanksgiving,
hungry.
I am getting a little hungry. I ate leftover Mexican food like before we started this, so I'm ready to go. Let's see where we're at with this beer.
Okay, we let it warm a little. Is it still punchy?
A little punchy, but easier to take.
It's a lot less.
A little easier to
not
take that
as-
punch once it's warmed up a little bit.
Not as sharp of a
Strawberry's still really good on the back end. I like it. It's a good beer. It's a
raspberry, whatever.
raspberry Belgian triple.
You said strawberry, so.
Oh, did I?
correcting you. Yeah.
On the
you
thing
can-
earlier?
You can rewind it and listen.
I read it from the thing. It said raspberry.
No, you said strawberry.
Did I?
Yes. You said the strawberry is real strong. I was like, well,
Oh, sorry.
it's fine.
Oh,
Not edited out.
the raspberry's real strong. I'm just- raspberry. Edit that in.
a whole lot. Yeah,
Yeah,
some
that's
people
good.
might be creeped out about that, but
Well,
it's better.
Let's move on to the next one. All right, our next beer is from Four Hands Brewery out of St. Louis, Missouri. Oh, sorry, I had this stupid thing down, like I talk for customer service. Yeah.
He's got his customer service.
Hi, customer service voice. Hi, this is Micah. How may I fuck you? Sorry. Anyways. One time I was at my job and I answered the phone and I said, "Hi, Harry Potter." But it wasn't on purpose. I was looking at Harry Potter things on Amazon.
Really?
Yeah, I was looking at Harry Potter stuff on Amazon.
What did the customers
And they
say?
were like, "Hello, is this, the company I work for?" And I was like, "Yeah, this is us." And then kept going. And then like literally 10 minutes later, we were all crying, laughing about it. And I did it again. And my manager was like, "What the fuck, dude?" I was like, "I'm sorry. I don't know what is happening to me." Anyway.
I love Harry Potter.
I just love it.
Sorry, it's on the
Yeah.
brain.
And I don't think they heard that time because I think it was like a delayed answer.
Wow.
Anyways, our next beer is from Four Hands Brewery.
You just messed this whole damn thing up.
I'll add this in. Our next, I'll just do this before I do the beer cut. I can't get through it, man.
Okay.
Hi, Harry Potter. Our next beer is from Four Hands Brewery out of St. Louis, Missouri, and this is their Limoncello Impressions. So they have a line called their Impressions line. Every can will say First Impressions, but they're on a different color. Sort of an optical illusion sort of thing going on with the can art. But this one says First Impressions is a Belgian white ale brewed with lactose, lemon, and Madagascar vanilla. The addition of nitrogen produces a creamy, full-bodied beer with notes of lemon and vanilla. It's kind of obvious I already said that. It's an ABV of 6.5%. So basically all these are very similar, but they just do a different fruit. So there's a raspberry and there's a blueberry, and they kind of do them more seasonally. This one is sort of a spring-summer beer, so we're late on this. I didn't see the blueberry one in, which would be normal for this time of year. This is a nitro, so it did not pour super foamy or super carbonated, but it is very creamy.
Yep.
And pretty delicious.
This is a lemon icebox pie in a glass.
Yeah,
That's what that is.
exactly. You just go to pick up one of those Sister Schubert pies. They have those too.
Yes. This episode is sponsored by Sister Schubert.
Sister Schubert's Rolls and Pies. The Thanksgiving episode sponsored by Sissy Shuby.
Just send the check. anytime.
Yeah. Anytime
you want.
Hey, sis, Sissy Shuby, come on.
We're open for payment. We'll take it.
We need it. We need the money. We spend too much money on beer.
Way too much. No, because it is a nitro, you're right. It's not very carbonated, but I think that helps it because lemon and the citrus and all that stuff can be so sharp sometimes that when you have it super carbonated, it's like, oh, this is Sprite.
Yeah.
But with it not having that, it's very mellow, like a pie would be.
True.
So I appreciate this one very much.
Yeah.
I love most lemon anything.
I mean, straight up, the flavor palette is a fucking lemon pie. It's It's really good. Like if you could put lemon pie in like a milkshake form, it's kind of how this feels a little bit.
You know those the frozen lemonades from Chick-fil-A?
Yes, that's it.
This is a beer form of it.
Oh God,
It's good stuff.
well, this is nice.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
Honestly, I don't have much more else to say about it because pretty much that's the only flavor notes you need. That's it. If you know what like a lemon pie with whipped cream tastes like, this
Creamy,
is it.
citrusy, malty. That is it. Malty.
Multi-E. What's the next deal?
The next deal is this. Okay. I've had several friends over time, as we've gotten older and we live in the deep South. And so we're not really deep. We're kind of like edge South.
No, we're like
mid-South. I don't know what you call us.
I mean, honestly, we're under Kentucky. You get past Kentucky, you're technically Midwest. We're kind of up in there.
Okay. Still, we live in...
But we're in the Bible Belt. Though.
Yeah,
so
we're within the Bible Belt.
Yeah, we're right in the middle of it.
And growing up,
we're the buckle.
We were, raised very conservatively. Our parents are very conservative, whatever. And I've had more and more friends talk about the things that they not are like doing actively, but it's like, I realized my dad loves Jack and Coke. Never knew that as a kid because he hid it from me. You know what I mean? Like that sort of thing. And so my question to you, because our parents are saints, absolute saints in our opinion. Well, you lived with them as an adult, so maybe you got more to What kind of secrets do you think they have from us that they keep from the kids? They're just like, we're not going to show that part of our lives to them because they don't need it.
I mean, I don't know. As a kid, you get curious and you kind of dig through your parents' closets every once in a while. I've never found anything weird in there. I know what.
Jacob says you're lying.
He cries in his sleep about what he found. It's like it's hard for parents to keep a lot of secrets because kids get curious, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like I'm looking for photos in the closet. It's not. I mean, I know one time you found that weird camera that had a picture of Dad naked on it, but
that was really funny.
But I think it was more of our mom fucking with him, catching him stepping out of the shower.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't find any other photos. That would have scarred me. I mean, it was already scarring enough to see Dad just like waltzing out of the closet butt naked.
Anyways, I don't know what sort of secrets they may keep, but they're probably sexual, and that's the worst kind. I'd rather know that you murdered a man and buried him in our backyard than know of the sexual secrets you have.
Well, and that's the other thing, too, is like they don't, because as a parent, like you're trying to hide. Like you're not trying to hide it, but you're just like, my kids don't need to know about this.
Yeah.
Because they're children and what it could do to them, whatever. So it is something like, it'll all get revealed at some point.
Yeah.
Like we'll figure it out. But there was one person I knew whose father passed away.
Okay.
Okay, and they were cleaning out his stuff.
Oh, he forgot to delete his history.
No, well, almost.
In a sense.
In a sense. And his wife was there, not the friend, but like of the deceased. Wife was there helping clean, elderly lady. And they happen upon a box of like dominatrix porn. And they're like, oh, I guess Dad had a kink, or whatever.
Yeah.
And she goes, that's not his, that's mine.
Oh, man.
This is like an old woman. If I tell you who this is, you're
You can tell me off the air if you want.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you off the air.
You can just tell me here and I'll edit it out. No. Dude. No. No! What the fuck?
Sweetest lady ever.
We'll never look at that person the same. In my
I have
mind.
respect for her now. I'm like,
I do,
yeah,
but
all
at the
right.
same time, I'm like, just know what eyeballs, big eyeballs. That's all I got. Ooh. Oh no!
Woof. Yeah, man. I don't
Unless
know.
she was joking, but that's weird.
I don't know. Maybe not.
Fucking crazy.
We've talked about this. You get to a certain age where you just don't give
You
a
don't give a
fuck
shit
anymore.
anymore. Yeah,
Like,
you're right.
that was mine.
I will say, one time I was working. So when the Nashville flood hit in 2009, I had been working or 2010, whenever that was. The previous year, I'd been working with a kind of construction crew, or not construction, but cleaning and restoration crew down in Louisiana, because there had been, Hurricane Ike had come through a few years after Hurricane Katrina and had caused some damage. So we were kind of doing some cleanup through insurance work or whatever. That's just need to get the scene set for why I was at this place. So Nashville flood hits, of course, there's some more insurance related cleaning and restoration work. We get a job with an apartment complex. So we have to go to like different houses. We're kind of taking inventory, asking people, do you have any damage? Do you have any water damage from the flood? Did part of your apartment flood? Some apartments flooded like halfway up the wall. Some didn't. So you go around, you're checking some different, rooms. You're kind of just getting a lay of the land. If people will let you in. And you tell them like, hey, this is all going to be covered under insurance. So there was two instances. One, we were working on this woman's, she had it was an older woman, and we were knocking the tile out of this bathroom. We had to like take all the tile off the wall and like redo all the tile because there was all this water damage underneath, and do drywalling and stuff. So we're demoing this stuff out, but we had to go into her bedroom because potentially the drywalling, us knocking down the wall, would potentially go into the next room.
Mm-hmm.
So we go in her room to cover all of her things up. And the first thing I see in her closet, just sitting on top of an open, like, box, just like this old school 1980s lesbian porn.
Wow.
I was like, sick. I'm like 19. I'm like, nice. That's pretty cool. So that was like one where it was just like, man, old people just they knew we were going to be in here. Like, she knew we were going to be in here. She just did not give a shit. So like, I need to check and make sure all of my things are closed up. There's another one. We came into another apartment unit, and I think it was a lesbian couple. And we went upstairs, and we were kind of just checking all the rooms, and I go to this one room, and I go to turn, and it's a fairly empty room.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot in there, but I flipped the light on in this one room.
Swing hanging up.
No.
Oh.
But the light switch, as I turn around, I'm like, oh, there's not really much in here. I go to turn the light off. I turn on the light switch, is a penis. It's just a little baby, like clear see-through orange penis. I was like, well, that's interesting,
Yeah.
And so it is kind of weird, the weird shit that you run into with old people that just don't give a fuck anymore. You know what I mean? So it was very interesting. Fortunately, I've never found that in our parents' closet, but I've definitely heard of some weird.
There's gonna come
stuff.
Yeah, I've heard some weird.
I've seen. Oh, yeah. No, I'm not gonna get into those.
Back
stories.
when Instant Messenger or AOL was a thing, there was definitely one night where like
Yep.
there was one night I was like, it was late. It was like 11:30, which was late. Kid time. I was messaging, and it was like, all right, I'm gonna go to bed, and I heard something in their bedroom. And I made the awful mistake of putting my ear to their door.
No.
Dude, Dad's got some moves.
Oh no! Oh no!
He sounded like, he had it under control. He sounded like he knew what was up. So
Terrible, dude. It's like, this is why I would rather than murder someone and put them in the backyard. Okay.
I mean, what? It's fine.
When I was living with them for a little bit after I was in Knoxville, Django had come up and I guess like licked Mom's leg or something, and then
no.
Dad made a comment about
I love this
And
so much.
he didn't know I had heard this, him
Yeah.
saying this. Like, Django would come over to the other room, and I was just petting Django. It's kind of quiet. And he's like, thinks he's whispering, but it's just across the room. Can hear it. He says, he's like, oh, I about licked you in the spot where I like you. Which is wrong for a million reasons. Django is literally whining in the floor right now. It's wrong. It's wrong because it's my parents. And it's like, Dad, you're
It's
referencing
great.
like the dog. It's weird, man.
No, man, it's great. I don't care.
It's
what you
funny
say.
as shit.
It's
I mean-
super funny, and it's
I'm glad that they still get intimate, I guess, and they're not just hate each other, but it's just fucking. We just pretend it doesn't exist.
all right. Our last beer of the day is brought to you by Chaluna Brewing Company out of Denver, Colorado. We are trying their El Choyo, Albruin, and this is a 5.8 ABV, pronounced El Choyo, meaning plum in Spanish. Our Bruin is an obscure beer style originating in North Belgium, and this brown sour is infused with kilos of plum, inspired by Mexican saladito candy, salted dry plums. We recommend ordering this beautiful and balanced sour owled with a salted chili rim of tahini. I love tahini. It's so
Oh, wow.
available by request in our humble tap room. This was brought to me, actually, by a friend, Madeline. She was in Denver for a sister's trip and decided to bring back this beer for us to sample. She liked it a lot. Mike has already sipped it, and his reaction was of wild
is crazy.
variety. Yeah. So I'm excited to try this. This brewery is very proud in Hispanic heritage, so I'm excited to try this and, I don't know, get something different that we don't find in our freaking store all the time. So, bottoms up. Here we go. It is, it's a brown color. I mean, it's not like, let me see. What's the best way to describe this? Kind of ruby, little red, but definitely not like black brown.
Yes,
like
not
dark
like the
brown.
dark brown. It's like a ruby brown.
Yeah. I can't remember what the
I
foam
can
looked like.
see
We poured
light.
it a while ago.
Like I could see my finger on the other side of it.
Yeah, very clear in color. Let me get this aroma. Nutty, malty. Smells like it's like toasted, like I don't know, toasted nuts. Kind of what I get from it.
It's so we did a brown ale not long ago from another company that it's not worth naming it because it's not this beer. That was like the perfect brown ale. It's almost like if you took the notes from that brown ale and made it pretty sour, maybe a little more ambery.
Dude, the more I try that, like
It's
the more I
really
just let
good.
it sit, like more flavors keep coming up. I get
Yeah.
like caramel popcorn. I get
Oh wow.
like for real some like toasted peanut. Like this is great.
Yeah, no, it warmed up a little bit and I was able to get a little more out of it.
This one only comes from the tap room, so
Yes.
it's not like one you get.
They
in the
have a
store.
large selection of stuff though. I mean that they had a ton of beers on there that
Yeah.
you could go between. So
man,
it's really freaking good.
here's what I don't like about brown ale typically is it's just kind of like a muted flavor. Like, yeah, you get some like roasted nut kind of flavor, that sort of thing going on.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it's like, it's a beer. I actually love the sour front end of this. Like, it is like a spark of sour, and then it just kind of calms down.
Yeah.
And it's great.
This sort of reminds me, one of the first sours I ever had was a brown ale sour. And it was in Knoxville at this place called Sutry's that does like all high gravity beers. That's all they do. It's just a high gravity bar. And they do really good ramen. But they do some wild stuff there. I mean, I've had a beer that's like 20% ABV there, which is basically a liqueur at that point.
Yeah.
And the first sour I ever had was a brown ale, and I was like, this is like a brown ale warhead. That's not what this is. This is actually way more flavorful. The sour is strong. But yeah, the brown notes are really good. It's a fantastic mix. They have a lot going on.
I would say this is so well balanced.
Yeah,
Like, it
you
is
kind of
everything.
take the sip and you're kind of going for a little ride every time you take it. You're like sour, brown notes, and then you're getting several brown notes as it finishes on the back end flavor.
That's what the beer was called, the brown note.
The brown note. It
That's
was
what
the
it
brown
was.
note. Anyways.
Yeah. Anyways, this is fantastic. every time I sip it, I just kind of sit back and I'm like, wow, I love it. I love this. I know we had a bunch of sours over the summer and we were kind of over them, but I think what I like about this is most of those sours were all like fruit, citrus.
Well, they were like the summer sours or the gosas and stuff.
This is fantastic. I love this thing.
Yeah, this is different.
Chaluna, hats off. This is great.
Yeah. It's.
If you made it this far in the podcast, Chaluna, thank you. But also, your beer is wonderful.
Yeah. So it's really good. I can probably say this is beer of the week, but we'll wait a second. I might edit that out just because whatever. But anyways, no, this is really good. We got, I think, just a baby segment left here at the end, and then we'll kind of finish up with our ratings for the week.
Yes. All right. You had some.
So
fun.
I have a story. We didn't really have anything here at the end, but I just remembered last week we had our friend, my roommate Chris on, who's actually moving out this week. Bittersweet little moving baby Chrissy. Chrissy Teigen. That's what I like to call him. It's my pet name for him.
Okay.
He likes it. He's into it. Okay. I can tell. He kind of gets a little smile on his face every time I say it. Anyways, he was on last week, so I kind of forgot about this story. A couple weeks ago, took my girlfriend Lauren on a little day trip to Gatlinburg, kind of as a birthday week. It was like the end of her birthday week. We were just kind of celebrating a little bit here and there throughout the week. So took her on a little day trip. Went up to Klingman's Dome. It's the highest peak in the Smokies. It's just this beautiful sight. You do have to hike half a mile straight up a 45-degree angle hill, which is a little rough on the old calves.
Yep.
It's very steep, but you get up there and it's this fantastic view. You're above the cloud levels at that point. Like you're seeing clouds in mountains, and you're above some of them, which is really cool. Anyways, so took her up there. As we got to the top of Klingman's Dome, we stopped there, and then we're like, all right, we're just going to go ahead and go straight up to the mountains. We're not going to fuck around. We're going to make this drive. It's like a 50-minute drive from the town level up the mountains. I mean, you're just going straight up and winding up most of the time, and it's gorgeous. It was really cool. It was like yellow and orange trees everywhere. It got to one point where there was frost on one half of the road, and like iced over trees, and then yellow and orange trees on the other side. So it was like two competing seasons. It was one of the coolest things I've seen. Get up to the top. We're like, okay, we're here. We did it. We're going to climb up we're going to hike up half a mile up. And actually the actual Appalachian Trail crosses through Klingman's Dome. So you will there's markers for if you're on the Appalachian Trail, this is where you're going if you're continuing on this actual path. So we get up to the parking lot for the visitor center. We step out, and it smells fucking awful, okay?
Okay.
And we realize that there's a septic truck. There's 3, bathroom stalls that have, 2 bathrooms per thing. Everybody out there is just good fucking God, this smells... And there's a lot of people. This is the busiest time of year, and you can just see everyone's face just making that, good God. Smells like everyone's noses are just scrunched up.
Human excrement.
Yeah. Oh, we are terrible beings. So Lauren really has to pee. And so we go to one of the ones there's one a little bit further away from the septic truck. And we're like, okay. And this guy comes out of the bathroom that she's waiting to use. And he has this kind of smile on his face when he comes out that's just laughing.
Wait till you see what I did.
Yeah, laughing. On top of this other smell, I'm sure. And she goes, I don't like that guy's face one bit. That's what she said to me. She's like, I don't like the face he just made one bit. And he was a Cleveland Browns fan, okay?
Yeah.
He had the Cleveland Browns gear on. We actually, weirdly, had seen a couple of other random Cleveland Browns fans, throughout the day. So, okay. And then she goes into the bathroom and, turns around and look at me. And as the door is closing, I just see this look of terror on her face of, please help me. And the door shuts. And I was just kind of laughing, but, God damn. Luckily, I didn't have to be. Anyway, so she does the deed, and everybody's kind of around making their faces. And she comes out. She's like, I don't think I breathed for a good 2 full minutes just now. She passed out. It was so bad. It was one of the worst things I've ever. She's like, I tried to breathe through my mouth, and that was just as bad. It was so terrible. So we go up the mountain, we come back down, still smells. Actually, the smell's not as bad. The septic truck is gone, but we did see a woman come out of that same bathroom who just goes, "Oh my god, that's terrible!" Like that smell is still in that bathroom. So I think it was the Cleveland Browns fan, not the septic truck. That's what I was thinking. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Maybe it was him, or maybe he just knew how bad it was already,
And he made it worse.
He made it worse, or maybe he just thought.
This is funny as shit.
This girl's about to get.
She's about to get fucking wrecked.
Yeah, she didn't know.
So
anything.
we go down the hill, stop at Fanny Farkle's, get a little corn dog action.
Corn doggy.
You gotta go. Every time. It's the best corn dog you'll ever eat. Anyways.
It's 2 corn dogs, technically. But
It is technically 2 corn. It's a foot long, but it's 2 corn dogs together. Went to the mall, the little mini mall, saw the Gatlinburger. Got to stop in the Gatlinburger, get some cigars. I didn't get one, but I have to smell it. It's just great in there.
Yeah.
Anyways, made a couple little stops, and then we're like, all right, let's do some wine. They had a new cider, a hard cider place. I'm like, hey,
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's actually attached to the mall.
Oh, nice.
We actually bought a bottle. It was that good.
Okay.
It's like about the size of a wine bottle, but it recorks so you can reuse it. It's like one of those like corking tops that you pull down. And I think it was a little pricey. It was like $20, but it was really good. We got their apple spice like holiday one, and it did taste like an apple cider. It was really good. Anyways, so we're like trying out all these things, and then we go over to this wine tasting right next door, and they had a new wine tasting place I hadn't seen since the last time. I just went earlier in the year, so there was a new wine spot that had opened up. It's like Tennessee Wine something company or whatever. We're like, all right, we're kind of waiting. There's not really a line, but there's no spots open, so we're just waiting for people to leave. And you can basically go down the strip in Gatlinburg and get pretty tipsy. There's like 2 or 3 wine spots, moonshine. 2 or 3 liquor / moonshine spots, and the new cider place that you can free sample everything, except for Smoky Mountain Moonshine. I think you pay $5 to do all 10 samples.
No.
It's brutal. I did it, and it gets really tough at the end, but you get to use that $5 towards. It's basically a voucher.
Do you start with White Lightning, or do they end
No,
with
it's you can kind of end with White Lightning, which is good because it washes everything down. But there's some sugary ones that are bad. Regardless, we're waiting in line at the wine spot. I'm like, okay, cool. We'll just wait here. And there's more Cleveland Browns fans. And then suddenly it just smells like a fucking fart. Just like right near this Cleveland Browns. Like this dude just ripped a fucking fart right here in the middle of the wine tasting. I was like, what the hell is happening with Cleveland Browns fans in Gatlinburg? It was like everywhere we went. It was just Cleveland Browns fans doing weird dumb stuff. I saw another one run into a garbage can. It was weird. They were just everywhere farting and shitting and running into garbage everywhere I went. It was the weirdest phenomena I've ever seen.
What day were you there on?
It was a Friday. It was a November. Maybe it was their bye week or something.
Maybe they were going. I feel like they played Carolina, and so maybe they were in Gatlinburg. And
it is right next to the border.
Go over to North Carolina and rally to see the game.
Let me see this. That's a good point.
And watch their terrible team.
Cleveland.
They're cursed, man.
Schedule. They're super cursed, and I love it. And it's because their fans shit all over the place.
Stop shitting everywhere.
Stop shitting everywhere, and you'll win some fucking football games every once in a while.
Yeah, have some decency.
I mean, LeBron fixed your your fucking
drought
trophy bid, but
they just wanted to go to Gatlinburg.
It was just a bunch of Cleveland fans just trying to go get their shits on in another state. They don't shit in Cleveland. It's gotten too backed up. They just have to. Guys, you got to hold your shits until you go to another state, and then you let it all out, and then, that's why the septic tank was up there.
All right, let's get to the beer
Oh,
of the week.
God, I'm sorry. That was a dumb story, but it's funny. It was just funny to me that there were so many Cleveland Browns fans either farting or shitting or running into things.
It's making the place smell terrible.
The whole day. It was really weird. Anyways.
Anyway, all of the dog pound is going to be on the Beer Brothers. And there's like, fuck you guys.
Fuck this podcast, and then everyone will listen to us.
Hey, it sounds good.
Out of spite.
Michael Jackson said...
Don't.
What?
Don't bring it up. Don't bring him up.
He said...
No bad press.
Yeah, there's no such thing as bad press. Well...
There is now.
He's dead, so... anyway.
He's dead, and there's that documentary, and anyways...
a lot of bad stuff.
Pretty fucked up shit. Regardless.
Pretty bad. Anyway, definitely the Choluna wins. is the most flavorful, well balanced, super delicious all the way through, or I should say delicioso. It is.
Ooh. I just had another sip. Oh, it's so good.
It is great. I will mention a runner up as the lime or the
lemon
one?
vanilla. Yeah.
lemon vanilla. That was really good, but this one is just so good.
Yes. Whoa,
I know.
dude, you're dying.
This is what happens when you leave the state that you're most allergic to, and you built up immunity.
And then you leave for 3 or 4 days.
You leave for 3 or 4 days, and your body's like, "Yes, this is better."
You would think you travel enough that your body like acclimates.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It gets down there, and it's like, "Thank you for giving me a break."
Whatever.
Anyway, okay. Well, this has been the Beer Brothers. I'm Cody.
I'm Micah.
Y'all have a beautiful, wonderful Thanksgiving.
Have a great Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. If you have grandparents, squeeze their neck. Just don't kill them. All right.
Wait. One more thing.
Yeah.
Just want to let people know they're listening, and I'll probably put this at the beginning.
Sure.
I put it at the end too, so anybody who finishes feel like they did something
Congrats,
special.
you did it, man.
You did it. You made it here to the end. You're a real follower.
Here's an audio hug
You've
for
done
you.
it. The shit was I gonna say? Oh,
I think you're talking about our delayed schedule.
Yes, delayed schedule. Thank God. Fuck. Okay. We're gonna do an every other week during the holidays until after the new year. We got to reset. We need to take this time and make sure we're hanging out with our families and our friends. We got traveling to do, work shit. So we're doing an episode every other week. So, hang with us for a little bit. And save up these episodes or something
and
for
in
the
that
holidays.
time, I know you're not like counting on your weeks to be here, but enjoy your family, enjoy your friends,
Enjoy all that beer.
and enjoy the delicious beers that are coming out. We're going to have a couple episodes that feature the celebration beers, that feature the good stuff of the winter season, and we hope that you enjoy those with your family and friends. I'm Cody.
I'm Micah.
This is the Beer Brothers.